Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd sit down with you guys and share with you my 1 year update on my Hobonichi Weeks Museum Techo. This is the spring release, which means it's an April star for 2022, and it's not finished yet, so I will be continuing to use this in 2023. So it's not a complete flip through or anything like that, but I just wanted to sit down and talk with you guys a little bit about it and show you the pages as well as how it's changed since I started it last February. So if you're interested in hearing me talk about it a little bit more and seeing the pages and seeing how I use it, please feel free to keep watching. Thank you. Okay, so this is my museum techo, which means basically whenever I go to a museum, I'll bring this with me instead of my journal or planner, and I will use it to collect stamps, like cutouts from pamphlets. I put photos in here, and I do sketches, and I also write about the experience, basically. I really enjoy it, and I think it's a great idea if you have an extra weeks and you don't know what to do with it. Having it one themed for your hobby, like for me it's like on art exhibitions. I think it's a great use for it. I like that because this is the collaboration with the Tokyo National Museum, that this museum theme fits like my purpose for it, basically. So yeah, I started this in February, and my first entry here is right here on the first like weekly pages. I tape in my ticket from the museum and I write a little bit about it. I put like washi that I bought, and I take a photo in front of it as well. So I won't be showing all the photos, and I might blur some of the photos out later, but I usually take a photo in front of it, and I usually cut out like the pamphlet like I said, and I would usually sketch. So this is not really a good sketch or anything like that, but this was the first sketch or like I tried to do, and looking back on it I kind of think, oh, it's so embarrassing, but I think it's also good to see how you change in like the different style or how I approach sketching and things like that. I, for the most part, keep it to pen, so I usually use this uni pen in 02 and 03. I'm not sure if it will focus, but yeah, it's these two pens here, and then I will use my Jetstream pen as well on some pages. So basically that's what I do consistently. I try to incorporate these elements in each exhibition that I do go to, and yeah, it's been really fun to have. And this is the second one, and I can see here I included stamps from the museum. Sometimes exhibitions have stamps as well, or like stickers that they sell, and I will try to buy it while I'm there, and I bring this with me. And again, a photo and my ticket, and then I write about it as well. This page here in particular, or at least this side here that I did, I taped in the artwork from the artist, and I put it like this kind of decorative backing on it, and then I don't know, I just like the effect it has. It kind of pops out for me, and I was super proud of this page. Not like necessarily my drawings by any means, but like just this kind of cool, I don't know, I thought it was really cool. This exhibition in particular was very interesting because it's kind of like focused on like grotesque or kind of horror and just really strange things, and like, I don't know, I just thought I would like draw something. I couldn't draw anything like quite scary or anything like that. I can only draw like two weird guys standing. One guy's got really long arms and really long legs, which is like what it was. So and I also wrote the name of the artwork and the date. So yeah, I don't know, these like half turtle, half man hybrid things. I don't know, it was very strange, and I couldn't draw most of the things on display because I mean it was like this, like extremely detailed. So the simpler they were, the more the likelihood that I would select that piece to draw in here. So yeah, so this is my attempt as well, and yeah, so again, following the same kind of format that I tried to cut something out as well as sketch. So not all pages are like super detailed. Like this was one of the exhibitions that I wanted to see in the SF MoMA. I went to see for this particular exhibition about nature and humanity, and there wasn't much else on it like in the pamphlet, so I just had to draw what I thought was interesting. Oh my, it's such a bad drawing, but for me, I understand what I drew, but you know, I guess if you haven't been there, this makes no sense. It looks like a weird blob. But yeah, so I just draw something that I connected with, and not everything needed to like, I didn't want to write so much about this because the exhibition was so small. And yeah, I didn't write about the whole museum experience. I just, because I had initially gone for this exhibition, if that makes sense. So yeah, this is another exhibition in Kyoto. And so this one, at this museum, I, instead of, you know, like if you saw earlier, I would just tape the ticket in and like put my photo behind it. This time I made like a little pocket for my ticket, so it sits out like this, and I just thought it's another like interactive way. I'm not like super creative in how I journal these pages. I try to incorporate like different things, like this thing in the front, like this part here, but other than that, it's really simple. So yeah, I tried to find things that I like, cut out things that I found really interesting. Not all these places you can take photos, so I rely on like the advertisement or the pamphlet that they have for these exhibitions. This one here is from Okinawa, and this little pamphlet had this entrance, and I took a photo in front of it, and I thought, oh, this is kind of fun. It's not like to size, but I thought it turned out really well. It's like me standing in front, and then this is the actual like pamphlet photo. So yeah, if I can't take it with me, and like, or I surprise myself in like going to these museums, like I have no intention of going, I hopefully will be able to get some paper and stamp it and then paste it in here. So as you can tell, I usually use like 2 pages or as many as I want, and that's one thing I really like about having a dedicated museum techo. If I had in my journal, I may not want to use so many pages because, you know, there's a limited amount, but because this is for museums alone, like I can use as many pages as I want, and I think it's more freeing, I guess, especially because I do like to incorporate some sketch, even though they're not very good, and you know, include like washi tape and stickers and things like that. And again, it's just all added bulk. So you know, I don't know, you know, if I included all these pages from last year into my Hobonichi Weeks memory keeping journal, you know, it would be so much more thicker because this is so many pages, and this is the amount of pages I would want to use if I had the chance. And anyways, I want to stop on this page because I really like how I did this. It doesn't make much sense if you haven't seen the artwork, because again, they're not colored in, and they're not really, I don't think they're very iconic or anything like that. But for me, I just was really proud how this turned out, and this page in general. This museum was really, really great. This is a museum in Naoshima, so the art island. Highly, highly recommend if you're into art, and contemporary art and architecture. Really, really nice. I really, really recommend this museum here, the Chichu Art Museum. Is probably my most favorite museum I've ever been to in my life. I think it was amazing. There wasn't so much like art exhibition, but these rooms were like made for these art pieces. So this was a museum where you couldn't take any photos, but this room in particular, by this artist here, was just so impactful for me. And again, it's really hard to describe and it's really hard to capture in a photo, but I'm really happy that this pamphlet had this image, because since you can take photos, I will never forget what this room looked like, but it's nice to have a photo that goes with it. And so yeah, this is what it is. And again, my favorite museum I've been to, like art museum I've ever been to. So yeah. And so yeah, this is the last page in my museum Techo. I kind of enjoy how this page looks. I sketched a little bit of the characters, or like the early Sanrio characters, and then I put some stickers along, like mixed in as well. And yeah, I don't know, I think they're kind of cute. Tried my best. I think it's an improvement on my art about the mummies. So yeah, I don't know, maybe it's not that impressive or anything like that. It's very, very simple. But I really enjoy having a museum Techo. And it's fun to flip through it and look at past exhibitions that have come by. Not all the time these exhibitions, like I will cross paths with them. So I'm very grateful to have a museum Techo, and I have plenty of pages. I am now in September, on like the date of September 2022, and so I have all these pages that I hope to use this year. I haven't gone to a museum exhibition this year, but if I do, and when I do, I will bring this with me. And I forgot to mention, in the front, I don't use the yearly overview for anything at the moment, but last year, every time I went to a museum, I would stick a art themed sticker on the date that I went, and I even put like washi that I had bought at the museum. So I won't be using these pages for this year, 2023, but it's just or maybe I'll just keep adding more stickers, just forget the year and just keep adding to the date. I don't know, I'm not sure yet, but that's how I use the monthly pages. I didn't really it's not very exciting to look like, it just marks the date that I had gone. So yeah, that is pretty much it. It's something, yeah, I'm happy to have a weeks dedicated to something I'm really interested in. And again, I like to carry this with me rather than my journal and my planner. So I don't know what people think about it. I haven't seen too many museum Techos on YouTube, so I hope this was interesting, and I hope the flip through so far showed you how much things have changed. And yeah, I don't know, I'm rambling on now, so I'll end it here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope this flip through and chat was interesting. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.